Hey, everybody. Welcome back for another wonderful episode. I'm Samantha Harms with the Garrison Public Affairs Office. And on today's episode, we are talking the MVP, the Military Value Program, what it means, what it does, who it's for, and all the wonderful things about it. So let's get right on into it on this week's episode of The Great Big Podcast.
Hey everybody, this is Eric Franklin, and today we are talking about the Military Value Program. We have two great individuals in the office with us to discuss it, one on the housing side and one on the receiving side who's participating in it. Do you mind introducing yourself?
I'm Staff Sergeant McGaney.
And ma'am?
Lakia Ellis.
And so, Staff Sergeant McGaney, do you mind telling us just what has your experience been with the MVP program?
As far as the MVP program, I've been there since 2021, and I wouldn't go anywhere else. I mean, I have a home and furniture, house fully furnished back home. Then I come here. For me to go out and just get a regular apartment, now I got to buy furniture, bed, TV. I have to buy all those necessities. And with this particular program, it's very beneficial to me. And it would be really nice if they had a community like this for soldiers.
Yeah.
That's coming in, especially with a lot of the mobilizations.
Yeah.
Just coming in, because I'm a reservist, but I'm on active duty.
Okay.
And I've been here since, like I said, since 2021, and I'm getting ready to be here for my 4th year.
Okay.
And I'm going to be actually staying in the program.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to move into a 1-bedroom.
Ah, okay.
And as long as I'm here, that's where I will be at.
Nice. That's awesome.
They own it.
Wow, that's great.
Okay. And just for you, just where did you mobilize? Where are you originally from?
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Oh, so you that's the logistician capital of the world, right there. Are you a logistician?
No.
Oh, what? How do you hang out
That's
in
so
Richmond?
awkward. You're like,
Yes.
oh, it's the cat. Nah, I'm not. That's not me.
That's not me.
Wow.
What do you do in the Army?
I work for Division West.
Okay. Doing stuff.
Admin.
Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. That's
We
acceptable.
we like admin,
Yeah.
paperwork and stuff. It makes the world go round.
It keeps us paid.
It does.
It keeps us paid. So I cannot complain.
It's kind of interesting for me because prior to me coming here, I was at Fort Bliss,
Okay.
and I was a trainer.
Okay.
I was supposed to come here and do the same thing, but I got flexed out to Division West, and here comes the office stuff.
Look, that sounds about right for the Army. It's like, hey, we need to go do this. But by the way, you're going to do something totally different. You got it, though. We trust you.
And initially, it was supposed to be for 1 year, then it became 2,
Yeah.
then 3,
And now going on 4.
going on 4.
Oh.
So forever. So,
Yeah.
Ma'am, just tell us a little bit. Can you explain what the Military Value Program is?
So the Military Value Program is something that we go out and we try to talk to property managers that may be interested in offering this for service members that are coming in, because as you know, previously there were a lot of service members coming in, but we just didn't have a lot of hotels and availability for the short term. So we went out and started looking for short term property managers that were willing to work with the families that are coming here and are waiting for housing on the installation. And I think that's kind of how it all started. Their wait list was just extremely long. But after we looked into it further, the apartment complex were willing to work with families or furnish their apartments and then offer at a rate that would include everything in with a one-time fee, which would help the service members and their families until they were able to obtain a home within the installation. So that's pretty much how the program.
Assignment could be 180 days or 2 year or a year, or for you now going on 4 years.
Well, how it has benefited me.
Yeah.
like I said, initially I thought I was only going to be here for 1 year.
Yeah.
So initially I thought that it might have been a problem. I was going to have to look someplace else. But once I went to the rental office and I explained my situation, they welcomed me with open arms. And another thing that I enjoy about it, with it being partial military and partial civilian community, a couple of civilians that I've talked to, they like that soldiers are living.
Yeah.
So it's a good community relationship
Absolutely.
type thing. So it's, like I said, it's amazing.
Yeah. We were just talking about that actually on last week's episode of the podcast, that so often you hear people talking about Central Texas and Fort Cavazos as a community because we're community partners. But in reality, just like you were saying, we are a part of the community. We're not community partners. We together make up the community.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're living that right now.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, like, as long as I'm here, I don't see myself going anywhere else.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
As long
Yeah.
as they keep me.
Well, I think they'll keep you. You're good. So you're originally from Richmond area?
I was born in South Carolina,
Okay.
but originally, yeah.
Okay.
Most of my adult life, high school, I graduated from high school
Okay.
in Richmond.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So for you, ma'am, how are you guys ensuring that the commanders, the first sergeants, and all the newcomers are well informed when it comes to the MVP program?
We do the newcomers briefing,
Yep.
and that's something where we introduce that program. We also have Colonel Foster. He's a big advocate for the program. He loves the program, and so he encourages the units. Like if they have a service member in that situation, then he also encourages the program because it's like a month to month or week to week, day to day, I guess, program. So based on what the service member needs, we have that availability. We also put it out on our website. The Fort Cavazos website, as well as we have it flyers that we pass out.
Okay.
Anyone that calls, that's something that we also offer to the families just as an option. And even the partners, Calvary Housing and Liberty Village, if they know that a family is on the waiting list, they will offer that option as well for the temporary housing.
Sam, go ahead.
I like to throw something out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you do your incoming read, if there's ever a time you want a person that's actually experiencing it, you can call me and I'll come over and
Look.
Will do. Thank you.
I think
at
we just
that.
made
I know.
that connection.
Yes, we did.
This is amazing.
Sam, with Colonel Foster leaving and going, leaving offices, he's still upstairs.
Yeah.
But I think now that he's the chief of staff, right? I think he's going to be able to push those efforts and to push this. I think this is still going to be one of his top priorities. And I think,
would imagine.
yeah, because he loved it. Like every time he come down here, that was like one of the,
Yes.
that and rock and roll was probably one of the two things that he talked about every time he came into
Heavy
the office.
metal.
Heavy metal.
You always say rock and roll, and it's metal.
It is.
I mean, we've done this.
We have. And he said he is not a classic rock aficionado, but he is a rock. Heavy metal. He knows what I mean.
Oh, boy.
So just real quick, looking back, what advice or insight would you offer to incoming service members that are coming to the Fort Cavazos area about the MVP program and the temporary housing needs?
To definitely give the MVP program an opportunity versus going anywhere else. I mean, I might be a little biased.
Yeah.
Because I'm
That's
living,
okay.
But I've heard stories of how soldiers that can go out here and conduct their own way about going about as far as
Yeah.
housing, and they're being like overcharged, and the facility doesn't match the money that they're paying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas with the MVP program, they are taking really good care of the soldiers that are willing to participate. So
That's
I just think
awesome.
it's a matter of both sides helping spread the word.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with me being a Division West, every year there's a transition
Mm-hmm.
new reservists.
Right.
coming in.
Yeah.
So if I can get material,
Yes, absolutely.
I'll have you covered at Division West.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's what our housing office is here for. We are here to promote, are here to assist families with obtaining housing. And that's important, that any family that is coming into the installation, that they reach out to us so that we can tell them the options that we have available, all of their housing option that we are aware of, no matter where they're at. We come out and do a variety of things. We'll go out on the inspections with them, both at move in or move out. We do go out to the property offices and, walk the property. So we do a lot, but especially seeing housing and putting the information out, and as well as for the property managers going on that homes.mil website and listing the properties that are like on the MVP so that they're able to see the photos of what the inside looked prior to them arriving to the installation.
See, this is perfect because, we have sponsorship. So if a new soldier's coming in, they are assigned a sponsor prior to coming. And that's the kind of information that the sponsor is responsible for sending out.
Yes.
So, again.
Absolutely.
We're going to get together.
See, look,
And then
bring them back.
people who are sponsors who are listening should be promoting this.
Yes.
Absolutely. So for people who are, because we're obviously in the middle of PCS season, like peak season for this, for moving, for people who have gotten their orders that say you're headed to Fort Cavazos, when do you recommend that they reach out to housing to kind of talk about what their options are?
At any point. I
Okay.
mean, I would say once you receive your orders, because it's important to obtain housing for your family. So, and because we're neutral, so we help with off post. But if they need any information for on post, that's what we're here for. So any housing option that they need, or if it's something that I need to do or our office needs to do prior to the service member arriving, that's what we're here for, and we don't mind going out and going the extra mile for the service members to ensure that they have a safe housing option when they arrive here.
Yeah. So I have gone to the newcomers brief in the past, and one of the things that is always shared is that you guys look at leases for people who are trying to rent stuff. That's incredible. I wish I had known that. Call my friends. I'm not an officer, but maybe you could look at my lease anyways.
Yes. And I mean, and that's what we're here for. So honestly, I just left our lease reviewing course prior to coming here.
Nice.
So and I try to make those connections with like the Texas Apartment Association and the Realtors Association, so that we have that partnership between the two of us. If I'm reviewing the lease and I see something skeptical or I don't understand, I have that ability to pick up the phone and call and get clarification, or on the lease information, so that I am able to provide the most accurate to the families prior to signing the lease. But if they have complaints, we go over the complaints where we speak with the property management team in order to help the families. If they are having some concerns, we'll go in and talk to the property manager and hope to mediate that as well.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
just a caveat on their flexibility. My last lease, I wasn't sure if I was going to get the extension. So they worked with me, and I didn't find out I was actually staying until like 2 weeks
Oh, wow.
prior to my lease being up. But they worked with me throughout the whole time.
Wow. That's awesome.
See, that's amazing. I kind of wish I utilized that. I knew about that. I'm pretty sure the program was around when I was in, because I got out in 2014. But I wish I would have. I think it would have took a headache off a few times.
I hear that often.
Yeah.
I bet you do.
Like the transition was no stress. Like it was smooth sailing.
That's awesome.
And that's what we want for the families, to help make that transition, because it's stressful moving somewhere you don't know. You may not have family here, friends here. So everything is new, not just for the service member, but for the family as well. So just knowing you have that connection, or someone that you can pick up the phone and say, hey, Lakia, or hey, housing service office, I have this issue, or I'm getting nervous about this, or what should I do here? We're here for that. We've been here for a while, so we kind of know the area, and we'll do whatever we have to do to help the service members and their families.
Okay.
That's incredible.
So just. Oh, you could say, hey, so he says he has the cleaning service. there's nothing wrong with that. Like I wish, again, way more things that I wish I knew when I was in the Army. Not that I can get a cleaning service, but that there was a service that could help me find the best housing available for me versus me just like, oh, that looks like a good place. And then I figure out that it was not the best place for me to live.
They provided a cleaning service once a week. I'm like, can't beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I like the fact
That's
that it's
amazing.
furnished.
Yeah.
You know, they can, if you, you know, sometimes you have families that are like, okay, the hotel is the four walls start to close in on me, but you have that ability to go in a kitchen and cook, and it's just like leaving your home at your previous duty station and coming to a new home, even though it may not be your permanent home,
Right.
Yeah.
but it feels like home, you know. And sometimes the families will come from that military values program, which we call MVP, and they will transition into the RPP, which is the rental partnership program that they offer. Now, those aren't, or they can be furnished, but typically, based on the apartment complexes that we have, the families, if they because they become accustomed to driving off the installation and they know those property managers and things like that, so they'll just go ahead and move into an apartment at that property, and then they join the RPP program. And especially for those that like wanted to live on posts and things like that, it's kind of the same because everything is included, utilities and everything, and they help them with the initial move-in cost by waiving a lot of the initial move-in fees. So that helps out. It helps the family with the transition as well. So we have a great programs. If they just come see us at the housing service office, we have lots of options that will assist with the transition and the moving, the anxiety of coming to a new location.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really lucked up because I was just riding around looking for some place to stay, and I just went into Copper Mountain, and that was the first place that I stopped.
Oh, wow.
So,
Well,
That's amazing.
And it just lucked out. It just, everything fell into place. So just real quick, okay, what was it that motivated you to become involved with the housing program and stay and do this?
So, honestly, I started at another installation, and I started working with the partners, so the on-post housing.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it. And then I transitioned into the civilian sector of it, or the Department of Defense sector of it. I apologize. And it's just my passion. I tell service members every day, I get up every morning because of you. I enjoy helping them obtain housing. And, even when they come in and they're frustrated and they're anxious and they're like, I just don't know what to do. When they leave out with a smile knowing, hey, I have somewhere now that I can call home, or potentially, I have a path that I can take to get life back on back on the right path.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel good. And I don't mind whatever I have to do. I will do it for the service members to help them obtain a home, speaking to the property managers, whatever it takes, because there's nothing like calling somewhere yours, and having a place to go to everything, just going back home. It's just a place to call your own. And that's where my comfort comes in.
Okay. And where, if someone wants to get in contact with you, how do they get in contact with you?
I am located in the Copeland Center, room B209. So that's the second floor of the Copeland Center in the housing office.
So come up the second floor. As soon as if I'm walking, I don't get in an elevator in the Copeland Center. I don't know why. I just like to walk the stairs.
I've never been in the Copeland Center.
What?
Yeah. I have magically somehow never been there.
Come see me.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to,
Come up the stairs, and I'm right across from I'm in the glass doors right across from the stairway, room B209.
Perfect.
Okay. And what is your phone number up there?
254-287-6126 is my line.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. And we're going to just close this up. Is there any last things that you would like to say about your time here at Fort Cavazos, the MVP program, or the rental partnership program?
when Copper Mountain found out that I was going into another year, There was nothing wrong with the furniture and stuff in there. When they said, okay, he's going to be another year, they upgraded everything.
Wow.
Came in, brand new carpet. I mean, I can't say enough about this, about the program. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And for you, ma'am, was there anything closing remark that you'd like to say about how cool you guys are over there in the housing program?
Oh, we're the coolest. Bottom line, come see us at the housing office.
Okay.
All right. Well, we want to say thank you to both of you guys for coming on the show with us today and chatting and letting all of our listeners know what's going on with the housing here. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Bye.
I'm Ron Smiley with a message from the Fort Cavazos Army Substance Abuse Program, ASAP. As we enjoy the summer months this year, we must think about effective means to keep our community safe. A key ingredient to this process is always engaged leadership with a plan. The Fort Cavazos leadership and the ASAP are committed to ensuring we meet this challenge with our Summer Sense campaign, which runs from Memorial Day through Labor Day each year. The theme of the campaign each year is Keep It a Safe Summer KISS. The goal of the campaign are to heighten awareness and reduce alcohol-related incidents so often related to the summer months. We have already suffered several traffic losses this year around the country due to alcohol-related incidents. Every one of these losses could have been prevented. We must stress to our soldiers, family members, and civilians in the community that high-risk behavior has a strong potential for high-risk consequences, such as injury or even death. Please take measures this summer to stay safe by not driving, swimming, or boating while drinking alcohol. Remember, in Texas, drive sober or you will get pulled over. For information on events related to this campaign, please call 287-7575 or look us up on our Facebook page. Thank you.
Live, laugh, love.
And we're back. I didn't know that they had such a program like the MVP, and I'm glad that they do have it because I think a lot of especially here at Fort Cavazos, because we have a lot of soldiers that come here, and like Sergeant McGain, he's only here he was originally only here for a short period of time, and now he's family. He's here forever. So
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, I think it's especially important because we do have a housing shortage.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate reality that we're living in. We just don't have enough places for people to go. And of course, we're in the peak time for people to be moving.
Yeah.
Which means people are leaving homes and homes are, filling up. But for those off times, yeah, it's important to have some place for somebody to go so that they don't have to sit in a hotel.
Yeah.
The four walls slowly closing in on you.
Man.
You and your kids and your dogs and your cats and your fishes and all the people and all the things.
Your peacocks,
I mean, yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
So, yeah, I think it's great, and I'm happy we were able to highlight that today, and I hope that if somebody's out there listening and, they want to take advantage, hopefully they're able to.
Hopefully, for someone who is PCSing now to Fort Cavazos on the road here now, they're like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
We're going to check that out.
Absolutely.
As soon as we get there.
Yeah, that's great. We love that. Speaking of knowing things. Oh, do you like that transition? That's pretty good.
I did. That's pretty good.
Okay, so of course, we've got some stuff coming up.
In the news.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Okay, so today, the 27th, July 27th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Santa's Workshop at the Great Place is hosting their annual Christmas in July event, where kids get to actually go into the shop. They get to pick out a toy, and parents may be able to get some decor themselves. So it is a completely free, first come, first serve, while supplies last event.
Cool.
On August 1st, the Fort Cavazos Transition Assistance Program, aka TAP, is hosting a career skills program briefing. So for people who are interested in that and need some more information, you should definitely attend this. It's going to be at the Lone Star Conference Center. For more information on the brief, you can contact TAP at 254-553-9436. The hospital, Carl R. Darnell Army Medical Center's Pediatric Clinic, is offering another round of school and sports physicals on August 5th.
Okay.
So that's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. No appointment is necessary. You just have to make sure you bring your required forms. I actually chatted with the PAO there. He said that at the last one they had some 300 people who came through. Yeah,
that's a lot.
So turnout is going to be great again, hopefully for the second one. So make sure you go and attend if you need that. The Fort Cavazos Family and Morale, Welfare and Recreation, along with the Fort Cavazos Child and Youth Services, is hosting a back to school bash.
What?
Ooh. It's going to be from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. on August 11th at the Comanche Youth Center.
Okay.
It is for all CYS registered youth grades 6 to 12 and their families. So if you need more information on that, you can call the Youth Center at 254-287-5834. And last but not least, we just have so much happening right now.
Yeah, we do.
Last but not least, the Fort Cavazos TAP. So we just talked about them. They're hosting a mini career fair from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. August 16th at the Lone Star Conference Center.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a job,
Yeah,
you know where to be.
absolutely.
Outstanding.
We love it. Yeah. So there's lots going on.
Still more hot weather, so that means still drink a lot of water.
Yes, definitely drink a lot of water and definitely still conserve water where you can.
Yes.
Make sure you're only watering your grass once a week and it's being done either super early in the morning or super late at night. Try your best to, be conscious of when you're running your dishwasher and your washing machines and all those things. Yeah, it's important. We got to do our best here. The lakes are at 64% capacity still, so things are still a little low. We're in stage 1 of water conservation.
Okay.
So just got to make sure you do your part where you can.
All right. Well, we like to thank you guys for checking out the podcast this week, and we hope that you enjoyed and share it with your friends, and make sure that you come back next week to check us out again. Thank you guys, and have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye. This podcast is a U.S. Army Garrison Fort Cavazos and Fort Cavazos Public Affairs production. Have a question or want to share some of your wisdom with us? Drop us an email at fortcavazos@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fort Cavazos Army. And as always, be sure to leave us a review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.